What's up, guys? Present day Slow here again. So yes, this is another video that I had already pre-recorded before the GT announcement happened. I know this is a while ago. This is like, maybe like almost like 2 weeks ago. So I thought it would be just fun just to upload it, and I didn't want this video to go to waste. Again, keep in mind, this was before any reveals when it came to GT, okay? So any characters past that point, who knows? Okay, who knows if they're actually going to be in or not? This was all speculation. This was my predictions, mainly when it came to movie characters. So if it's kind of a weird thing, I totally understand. But again, I'm just mainly uploading it for fun. So keep that in mind throughout the entire video when you're watching it, and the certain things that I'm saying in there is all from the past, okay? It was from like at least a couple of weeks ago. Hope you can still enjoy the video, and y'all have a good one. Peace. Alright guys, so here we are in Raging Blast 2. I wanted to use this game as an example this time around, mainly because it's the most, I guess, recent Dragon Ball game by Spike that actually had like a good amount of movie villains. And obviously I know, Tenkaichi 3 had pretty much everything. Like that was the game that you would use for representation, but we gotta mix it up, right? I wanted to mix it up, and I just wanted to go over this one mainly because I haven't been in Raging Blast 2 for a while, and I think it'd be cool. So they had a good representation, actually, like really good amount of movie characters and everything. The only thing that's mainly missing, I believe, are like the first 2 movies, and then we also are missing some of the giant characters. For obvious reasons, there weren't really giant characters in this. But yeah, Z Broly, obviously he made the cut. And again, I know I bring this up every time that we talk about the older games, but man, they did such a good job with the character select screen. And it's not even just like, the renders, which I love the renders. That's, something that a lot of people have asked for, but it's the fact that it's organized very well. Nothing against what it's like in Sparking Zero, but when all the forms are out there, it just makes it feel a lot more cluttered. You can disagree with me if you want. That's absolutely fine. I'm just, saying my opinion. But like, this was great. You select the character that's in their base. Okay, they have their icon and base, and then it opens up another little sub slot that actually shows all the transformations. And yeah, the blue-haired Super Saiyan Broly, always looking fire. Obviously, you got Legendary Super Saiyan, so you can select all these at the start, and then you can also, transform into them, okay? Little note here, Tarble. That's actually insane that they put him in this game. Just have to bring that up. Super Saiyan 3 Broly, obviously, not... Do you even count this as a movie character? It's just more of like a exclusive thing to like Raging Blast and like Dragon Ball Heroes, I guess. But we'll just go from the top to the bottom, and then we'll kind of go from left to right. Turles got representation in this, which is great. I love the fact that he was in this game. What else do we have? We had Bojack, and he did have his full power transformation and all that. Man, they had a lot, man. I forgot how many they added to Raging Blast 2, because Raging Blast 1 didn't really have that much. They had like, what, Broly maybe? And I think that was like mainly it. I think that was kind of it. There might have been like maybe Cooler. I don't think Cooler was in it. Super Gogeta was, okay? Zangia, definitely, something that I wasn't expecting them to actually add was Zangia, which is really cool. Super Gogeta, obviously you got to have him. He was in the first Raging Blast. Pikkon being added and getting represented. He actually, you could consider this like an anime original, like filler episode, and he is a movie character. He's kind of in a weird spot, but it would be nice if Sparking Zero actually had him too. Moving on here, let's see. This is just all like the main characters and everything. All right, now we're getting to the cool stuff. Get it? The timing of that was perfect. We got Cooler. Sometimes in some art or whatever, I know this is just off topic, but sometimes they give Cooler lips, and sometimes it doesn't really show up. You know what I mean? I know that's weird to say, but like sometimes bro got some lips. All right, he got some juicy lips, but sometimes they just forget to draw it. Yeah, gotta have Cooler in his final form. God, Cooler is so cool. He's in the intro of this game too, and I think he's fighting Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and it's just so cool, dude. Like, that's the thing that they really pushed for a lot in this game, was the addition of the movie characters and how they, fought all these, like the main, like the big 5, right? Like Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, and Piccolo, right? And that's obviously part of why they had Hachiak part of this, because in the like special movie thing or whatever special episode they had for Eradicate the Saiyans, they were all movie villains, like the non-canon or whatever. So yeah, Metal Cooler also made the cut. I guess if they do have Cooler, just regular, they would add Metal Cooler too. I don't know too many games that... Actually, you know what? No, I think Tenkaichi 1 was missing Metal Cooler, but we did have regular Cooler. Okay. Oh my god, this is actually kind of crazy. They added Salza. What is this? Naizu? Is that how you pronounce it? And Door. Again, you could have asked me, okay, before I started playing this, for the video. Who are these characters? What are the names of these characters? And I would have sit there and just stared at you because there's no fucking way I was gonna remember. I think I remember this guy's name because it was so weird. But Door? Bro, I don't even remember this motherfucker in the movie. I know they're from the Cooler movie, the very first one. But, like, damn, bro. Like, the henchmen, Crusher Corpse from Turles, and, like, the Spice Boys or whatever from Garlic Jr. movie. Like, I don't remember a single one of those bitches' names. I think maybe one of them was, like, named, like, Mustard, maybe, or Cinnamon. I mean, this spice is... See, don't ask me. I'm a fake Dragon Ball fan, all right? This game actually had Kui. I completely forgot about that. Obviously, Super Janemba. Super Janemba his face looks kind of weird in this render. Obviously, there was no fat Janemba. Now, here's what I was actually kind of surprised about with Android 13, which obviously, he would be in this too. They actually had Android 14 and 15 in this game, which is, that's hella hype, bro. That's dope. Like, did Tenkaichi 3 have those guys? I can't remember. I feel like they didn't. You can correct me if I am wrong, but I don't even remember, bro. There's so many characters in Tenkaichi 3. And yeah, that's decent representation. If you want to count Hachiak, but he was unique to this game. Like, I think this is like the only game other than like maybe like Heroes or Dokkan where he's legitimately playable. And that's crazy that they had him. So they had really, really good representation. Now, when it comes to my list on Sparking Zero, let's go over that and I'll show you guys the choices I picked because it's very limited. All right, guys, so I chose 8 characters. I mean, a couple of them are just mainly transformations, but I think that they would include the transformations. Now, this list might be something that will cause people to, I don't know, get mad at me or like say like, oh, you didn't have this guy or whatever. And again, this is just what I think that would be added if they're trying to make it as limited as possible with it, just because there's a limited amount of slots left. So I'm going to go with Cooler. I think Cooler obviously has one of the better chances. He's just too popular. And, you got to have at least base, or I guess this is what, 3rd form Cooler, and then 4th form or final form. Okay, you got to have at least those. I would love Metal Cooler, but like I feel like if they're trying to be pretty limited about it, they'd just be like, all right, let's just have regular Cooler. He can transform in the final form or 4th form or whatever, and that's good to go. We good on that, okay? I think a lot of people can agree with me that Cooler would deserve, if out of any of the movie characters, he definitely would deserve like one of the first spots, okay? And then, of course, you gotta have Z Broly. DBS Broly's already in the game. Z Broly's he's like literally in every single game. He's like one of the only movie characters that is like almost like a 90 to 100% guaranteed to be in, one of the games. Like Xenoverse 1 had him, Xenoverse 2 obviously has him, Raging Blast 1 had him, RB2 had him, all the Tenkaichi games basically had him. Like he's everywhere. He's even in Dragon Ball Z sagas. Like that's a game that it's about the main sagas of like the main timeline, and they have Bardock and Broly as like the 2 outlier type of not random, but like just characters. And if they were gonna choose any movie character, they put Z Broly in Attack of the Saiyans. That shit didn't even go past the Saiyan saga, and they had Z Broly as like a post-game boss or like a secret boss or something. Like, they're crazy. Like, that's how much people love Broly. He's by far the most popular movie character, I would have to say, because he's in every single like game. Like, if you're gonna put a movie character, it's always him. So obviously if they do put him in, it's Sparking Zero. They're gonna have all the transformations, so base, the blue-haired controlled or whatever, and then we gotta have legendary, okay? Now, this is kind of debatable. Obviously, I think Super Janemba would make the cut, just because, again, I would say these 3, Cooler, Z Broly, and Janemba, are the 3, like the top 3 most popular. I know a lot of people, do like Turles, and, a lot of people like Bojack and stuff. Super Android 13, you know, people like him. Dr. Will and Garlic Jr., not many people really care too much about him. I'm just being real. You can go by the games, they just barely represent him. Lord Slug is also one that, I mean, he would usually be tied with Turles, so that one's kind of weird. And then Metal Cooler, you know, he's just another version of Cooler, so if they're going to put any Cooler in, that's going to be, you know, the regular iconic one, right? Am I missing anyone? Tapion and Hirudegan are they're decently popular, but I just feel like Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist is like the most iconic thing that carries that movie. I know that's like the very end of it, but like when you think about that movie, most people think about, you know, the Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Goku doing the Dragon Fist, okay? Yeah, I mean, it's debatable, whatever you think, you know, in your opinion, who's most popular, but I feel like Super Janemba, he's just so cool. He ties in with Super Gogeta very well. I'm gonna put Fat Janemba on here just because, again, they seem to, you know, they're doing a good job of including just like transformations for the characters and all the forms. If they're gonna add a character, for the most part, they will add, you know, all the transformations. So, yeah, I would say him mainly. Okay, the main reason is because obviously I chose Super Janemba, but because there's not a lot of representation for giant characters. We have, like, what, 2? It's like Anilaza or whatever, and then, like, Grade 8 Vegeta. So, it's kind of lacking in that area, and I feel like at least give us Fat Janemba. Okay, he's, you know, he's cool. And he was in Tenkaichi 3, right? And then, like I said, Super Gogeta. I feel like if they're going to add any movie characters, like, period, like they said, like, okay, we have, like, 4 slots left. Okay, like half of the amount here. Super Saiyan Gogeta, Super Gogeta, and Broly. Those are the 2. Okay, you can see it from Raging Blast 1. Those were, I think, kind of like the only 2 movie characters that they had in that game. Again, just an example. It's not like, you know, the best representation or the best like foundation of how they do these. But again, those are Spike games, and it's like if they're gonna include anything, Super Gogeta and Legendary Super Saiyan Z Broly are kind of always making the cut for the most part. But yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions about it. What movie characters do you want to see? Do you think that they could potentially add them all? You know, I would love that, but I feel like there's going to be a lot that might be DLC. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Anything's possible. I'm always going to have hope for, you know, everything getting as much representation, but you know, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with the roster, you know, just by the fact that it's got so many, you know, characters from everything so far, you know, with the exception of, you know, some of like the GT and like movies and stuff. But thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet!